Hey y'all, I'm so sorry I'm late. I had asked Joseph to plug my phone in to be charged, and he never did it. So I'm running a little behind, and I have to get my charger so I can charge my own phone. Mm. So bear with me for just one moment, because I have to go down to my car and get my charger, and I'll be right with you guys. Okay? Oh boy. Ooh. I'll be right with you guys. Oh. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh boy. I gotta go down to my car and get my charger. I ain't supposed to be on my feet, but I'm on my feet. Boy, yeah, y'all have to excuse me. Sometimes when I ask Joseph to do things for me, he sometimes loses sight of it, but it's okay. Ooh. When I'm walking down the steps, I have to take it one step at a time. I can tell y'all this. It's a hot summer night here in Georgia. Tell you it's hot. It is hot out here. Oh boy. Ooh, I made it. I made it back upstairs. Oh boy. That was a journey. Be right with you guys. Oh, all right. Well, I'm plugged in now, so I don't have to worry about my phone going dead. Hey, Erica. Hey, Tina Shell. Putting God first. And Hattie Brown. What's going on, Hattie? And Patricia. And Grateful Heart. Oh, how y'all doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing good. Happy Friday. Or should I say happy Friday? Um, yeah. Uh, woo, y'all. It's been the the past couple of weeks have been quite uh ooh it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. um I'm going to ask y'all a question tonight before the show is over. I'm going to ask y'all a question tonight before the show is over with, and I want your honest opinion. I want you to give me your honest opinion. If you don't want to say it in the comment section, I want you to send me email or send me some type of message letting me know how you feel about it. Uh, but I'm going to ask you a question. I have a question to ask you, our subscribers, our regulars, our day ones, the ones that have been watching us. I have a question for you guys at the end of the show. So, with that being said, let's get on with it. As you guys know, if you have read our community wall, and if you have been around in the past 3 weeks, you would know that Joseph and I have spent some time hospitalized. First, Joseph, he went to the hospital. He was supposed to have some surgery. He was supposed to have surgery. And then I ended up going back to the hospital. I had recently had surgery where I had my another one of my toes amputated, and I got scared and I thought I had had an infection, and I decided to check myself back into the hospital. I went to the emergency room and they decided they would keep me for observation, and they kept me for observation. And all is well. I do have to have another surgery, but it's not for an amputation of any sort. But I am scheduled to have another surgery within the next couple of weeks. It's been a journey. It has really been a journey. um, you know, Joseph was in the hospital and I was as well. And he was on one floor and I was on another floor. They wouldn't put us on the same floor, and they wouldn't put us in the same room because they say that we were not in there for the same thing. So we ended up being on different floors. But we did communicate with each other while we were in the hospital. We communicated via phone, um, and so that was a good thing. He was discharged before me, uh, and he got discharged on Wednesday. I got discharged. I discharged myself on Thursday, and that's a long story, guys, which I do not want to get into. But I'm just grateful that I'm home. I'm glad that I'm home. It feels good to be back home again. Both Joseph and I. It feels good to be back home. Um, and we have a long journey. We still have a long ways to go in terms of our journey with our health. But we will make it. We will make it. I know God. No, God. God always tells me everything's gonna be all right, Tramel. Don't worry about it. Everything's gonna be all right, and I don't worry. So I don't worry. Um, things being okay, because I know that everything is gonna be all right as long as there's a God in my life. There's going to be love, peace, sunshine, happiness, all those great and beautiful things. So everything is going to be all right. Uh, Family is good. My family is good. They reached out to me while I was hospitalized. I especially, talk with my siblings, my sisters, and we connected. Uh, Shout out to, pardon me, guys. Shout out to my childhood friend, my childhood friend. We went to high school together. His name is Wilton. Wilton Mumford. Shout out to Wilton Mumford. It was. I'm so sorry that we did not get an opportunity to get together while you were here in Georgia, but I'm pretty sure that we will meet up and get together when you come back. As you said, you were coming back in a few months. So shout out to you, Wilton. It's so ironic that Wilton he was one of my childhood friends, and we went to high school together, and we haven't seen each other in over 30 years. And he was telling me, we talked on the phone, we caught up on the phone, and he was telling me that he's a chef. And I said, "Oh, wow, you're a chef." I said, "That is so ironic because I'm in culinary arts school." So, we shared that in common. We were both excited about that, and as one of my childhood friends, he told me that he would be happy, more than happy, to share with me some of his skill in cooking and things like that. And I'm excited about that. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to tell you guys of my new journey. God has placed a new journey in my path. So, with that being said, I will be coming to you once a week with a cooking show. I'm going to do. I have a lot. I have a lot planned. I've been planning all this time for this cooking show that I'm going to do. We're going to start off with doing breakfast foods. We're going to do some lunch. We're going to do some dinner. We're going to do appetizers. You name it, we're going to do it. Everything except for baking. I'm not a baker. I'm just not a baker. And in culinary art school, they teach you very little about baking. That is a field that you must go into. You must choose. You must choose to become a pastry chef. I didn't choose to become a pastry chef, so I won't be. I may be dabbling a little bit in baking, but not that much. I plan to bring you some great entrees, recipes that I learned in school, and also, just recipes from experience, from growing up, things that my grandmother and my aunties and my mom taught me how to cook. I will be bringing to you as well as breakfast foods and, things like that. I want to. bring to you. I know you guys always write to me and tell me how much you enjoy my cooking segments and how you want to see more of them. So I've made a decision, an executive decision to dedicate at least one day a week to cooking, and that's what I plan to do. I will let you know when I'm about to launch that. It will be soon. It's probably in September or October. Once I get settled back in. Right now, I'm in recovery stage from, being in the hospital and, taking care of business at home and, doing other things. So that's why I'm not doing it right now, but I will be. I will be doing it soon. And I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it because I have so many things to show you, especially when I started culinary art school, they gave me all the tools that I needed. Like they gave me a set of knives, they gave me some other cooking utensils as well, pastry bags, just all kinds of things, all kinds of new things that I got when I enrolled in culinary arts school. And it's I love my chef's coat. It is so cool. And my chef's hat. And they just gave me all the tools that I needed to for school. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about showing you guys as well what I've learned thus far in culinary art school. They start you off with the basics. They really do. They start you off with the basics. You like for instance, the basics are very very simple. Like one of our first assignments, we had to do carrots, we had to cook carrots. We had to do carrots in different forms, different styles. We did, cut carrots. We did carrot puree, and we did potatoes puree. They teach you how to, cook vegetables, and so that was like the first semester of my culinary arts experience. Now we're going into um, entrees. Well, not really entrees. We're going into learning how to cook different types of poultry and meat and fish, things like that. And it's really interesting and exciting, especially because I'm so interested in becoming a chef. Well, I'm told that my official title is chef. I don't know what I want to be called though. I don't know if I want to be called just chef or Chef McCrae or Chef His Majesty, Chef McCrae. I don't know. I haven't decided as of yet what I want my official title to be. Oh, Lips, you want to hear about a love story? Oh, well, that's an interesting story. I love Joseph and I. Our love story is very interesting, from what people say. I mean, we sat down and people have asked us, "How did you guys meet? How did you guys get together?" And some people they burst into tears, when we tell them, how we met and you know how we got back together and we got married and they 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 are so interested. They seem so intrigued by it, like it's a once in a lifetime thing. But anyways, our love story is very. I don't know. I don't know if people would call it simple or what. But Joseph and I met years ago. We met 23 years ago. We met in back in 2000. I was young, and Joseph was young. I was still in my 20s. I think I was like 20. I don't remember. I was still in my 20s. I was young when we met, and Joseph was as well. I'm 55 now. Joseph is 53. So you guys do the math. I don't feel like doing the math right now, but we met back in 2000. I was a customer service representative at Comcast Cable, and so was he. I was a seasoned customer service representative at Comcast Cable, and Joseph had just started working at Comcast Cable. So when we met, Joseph was in training, and I was already on the customer service floor taking phone calls and things like that. Um, a good friend of both of ours was this young lady. Her name was Rahima. And every single day, Rahima would tell me of this guy. She was like, Tramel, I had the perfect guy for you. I had the perfect guy for you. And I would always tell Rahima, I'm in a relationship, Rahima. I don't, I'm not looking for, I'm not looking, to date or anything like that. But she was just so persistent about me meeting Joseph, and she had told Joseph the same thing too. She told him, I had the perfect guy for you. You guys would be so good together. And, one thing led to another, and we eventually met at work. And she introduced us to each other. And from that day on, were we were good friends. We were really good friends. My relationship at the time was very tumultuous, and uh, I was, I was in the midst of, leaving my current relationship at the time. And well, one thing led to another, and I ended up single, and I ended up leaving my relationship. And, when Joseph found out about it, we decided to get together. And we did. We got together, and it was just chemistry from that day on. It was just a lot of chemistry. Um, we got together, and we would go out on dates and things like that. And well, one day Joseph came to me, and he said to me, he said, "Okay, Tremel, what are we doing?" And I said, "What do you mean? What are we doing?" He said, "What is this that we're doing?" He said, are we going to be in a relationship? What is our status?" And I said, "Well, Joseph, we're friends and we're having fun, and, things are good, And he's like, "Well, Tramel, I want more than that." And I was, and to be honest, I really wasn't ready for it. I had just gotten out of a very tumultuous relationship, and I had a really bad taste in my mouth for relationships at the time. And so, I told him that, and, I told him, I said, can you give me some time to think about it? Well, to know my husband Joseph is to know when he wants something, he wants it. And if he don't get it, he's going to move on. So he decided that he was going to move on. He said, I'm not going to give you any time to think about whether you want to be in a relationship with me or not. Um, and the next thing I know, he had announced that he was transferring to another office at Comcast. And not only was he transferring to another office, he was transferring to another office in another state. So he had made a decision to move, and he moved to Baltimore. Well, he moved to Maryland, and he just left. He didn't say goodbye to me or anything. Um, when he left, it was just so bitter. He was upset with me because I hadn't made a decision to be in a relationship with him when he wanted me to, and he just left. And when he left, it left me sad. I was very sad, and you know, I really felt regret for not giving him an answer, as to whether we're going to be in a relationship anymore, whether we're going to be in a relationship, and I really regretted it. Uh, and 18 years passed. 18 years passed, and we didn't see each other. We didn't see each other for 18 years. He was living in Maryland. I had moved on, and I was working in the music industry at the time, so I was traveling all over the world and doing my own thing, and he was doing his own thing, I guess, for 18 years, and so one day I was on Facebook, and I had went live, and I was talking about how I had just turned 50 years old, and what that experience was like for me, and uh, Joseph chimed in on my Facebook, and he asked me a question. He said, Tramel, he said, how old are you? I said, I'm 50 years old. I just turned 50. And he said, I want to talk to you. And I said, okay. I said, well, can I call you? And he said, sure, you can call me. And he said, you can call me on Facebook Messenger. And I said, okay. So I made a decision after I finished my live to call him on Facebook Messenger. And we talked and we caught up, and he told me what he had been doing all those years. And I told him what I had been doing all those years. And we talked about how good it was to talk to one another and see each other. And then next thing I knew, he said, would you spend my birthday with me? And I said, oh, that's right, your birthday is coming up, because the last time I had seen Joseph was on his birthday in 2000. So he wanted me to spend his birthday with him. So I said, okay. And so he came to my house. I introduced him to my mom, and he came and picked me up, and we went out for his birthday, and we had a good time, and we have been inseparable ever since. I think about it. It had to be. It was about 3 weeks later. I got on one knee. I got a ring. I went to the jewelry shop. I got a ring, and I got on one knee, and I proposed marriage to him, and he gladly accepted. He cried, and we cried, and it was great. Um, but it wasn't easy. It really wasn't easy. We had wanted to plan to have a big wedding. Joseph wanted to get married um, on his mom's birthday, which was in January. And I wanted to get married immediately because I felt like, I allowed him to get away one time. I wasn't going to allow him to get away again. So um, he, I wanted to I wanted to get married immediately. And so, and get me wanting to get married immediately, we fought a lot. We fought a lot about the wedding, and about, what we were going to wear, and how the ceremony was going to go, where we were going to have the ceremony, and oh, it was so many things. And it was also a nightmare for me because my mom wasn't too happy about me marrying a man. But, that's a whole nother story. And I think I told that story some time ago. If you look back in our archives, you can see where we where I talked about how my mom didn't show up for my wedding. Uh, but we have made I made the decision that we would get married on June 30th of 2018. And we got married on June 30th, 2018. It was a small wedding. We got married in Joseph's uncle's house on his balcony in his of his home, and it was a beautiful day. It was a hot day, but it was beautiful. We couldn't have asked for a more beautiful day. We had a beautiful wedding cake. We were dressed nice, and the people that were at the wedding, they were dressed nice. We just had it was one of the great guys. It was one of the greatest days of my life. It was one of the best days of my life. I still have not. Nothing has topped it yet. But we got married on June 30th, and like I said, it wasn't easy. Our marriage wasn't easy because there were two. I mean, what you have to remember is that we were two men that knew each other 18 years ago, and we were not the same. I wasn't the same, and neither was he. So we argued a lot. We did. We fought, and we argued a lot. But um, the saving grace was is that both of us were very, very level-headed, and we were both committed to making our marriage work. And so, in doing so, we both did a lot of soul searching. My soul searching was, I talk to God a lot. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a very spiritual person. So I talked to God a lot at the time because I was like trying to figure out what I could do to make my marriage better. What could I do so that my husband and I would not fight and fuss and argue? And you know, the Holy Spirit told me, Tramel, well, first of all, you have to trust this man with your life, number one. And the Spirit also told me that I would have to love him unconditionally. And that meant that, no matter what his flaws were, no matter what his bad habits were, no matter what the things that I did not like about him or the things that I hated about him were, I had to love him unconditionally. And when the Spirit told me that, from the day the Spirit told me that, I have loved my husband unconditionally. I'm not going to say our marriage is perfect because sometimes he do stuff to get on my nerves, and sometimes I do stuff to get on his nerves. And yeah, we fuss, but we don't fight. We don't fight anymore. And and it was a long road to this. We made a commitment to love one another. We made a commitment to depend on each other for strength and mind, body, and soul. We learned that, regardless of what our opinions were, we will be respectful of one another's opinions. We may not like them all, because sometimes, I don't like all the decisions that my husband makes. I don't like all of the opinions that he has, but so at the end of the day, I have the utmost respect for him. And he knows that he has my 100% support no matter what. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's something that I hate or that I don't like. If it's something that he wants, if it's something that he likes, I'm going to support him in it. And that has made our marriage prosper and work the way it does. Um, we really we entertain each other, on a daily basis. He makes me laugh, I make him laugh. I may say something to make him laugh. He may say something to make me laugh. We really, Joseph is like, he entertains me and he says such beautiful things about me. And I try to say so many beautiful things about him because he is a great person. I've learned how to see the great things in him. Like, a lot of people are intimidated by the way he speaks or some of the opinions that he has and things like that. But I know my husband to be this gentle giant. That's what I call him. He's my gentle giant. Well, my nickname for him is Papa Bear. He's my Papa Bear. He's like my big Teddy Ruxpin, you know. And the reason why I say that is because Joseph is so tall and he can look so intimidating, but he is the sweetest person that you will ever meet in your whole entire life. He's so soft spoken. If you were to ever meet him in person, you would be like, wow, he's so soft spoken. He speaks so, he articulates so softly. He's so soft spoken, and he's so gentle. You know, he fights against negativity and adversity. He doesn't like bullies. He is just a loving, caring person. He's so affectionate, and uh, I'm gonna say he has a way with words. Um, a funny story that I'm pretty sure we've told y'all about before. One day he looked at me. We were getting ready for church, and he said, Tramel, he said, you are the Beyonce to my Jay-Z. Now, of course, y'all know the only thing I heard was, oh my God, he said, I'm Beyonce. He did. He said, I'm Beyonce. And so, that's all I heard. I didn't hear nothing else about you to Beyonce to my Jay-Z. All I heard him say was I was Beyonce, and he knows that Beyonce is one of my favorite people on the planet. So from that day on, I started trying to carry myself like Beyonce, and I still do to this day. I try to carry myself like Beyonce. I even have a bracelet that says WWBD. What would Beyonce do? Yes. Um, and he knows how big of a fan I am of Beyonce. And when I get dressed, or whenever I put my hats on or something like that, I always say, "Will Beyonce wear this hat? Will Beyonce carry this bag? Will Beyonce wear this outfit?" Yeah. So my husband, all I know is my husband called me Beyonce, and that was one of the biggest compliments that he could have ever given me, was calling me Beyonce. I was so overjoyed when he did that. And I will never forget it. Sometimes he'll catch, he'll see me in the mirror saying, "Well, do you think And I'll ask him, I'll say, "Do you think Beyonce would approve of this outfit?" And he'll roll his eyes and he'll say, "Yes, Tramel, Beyonce would approve. Beyonce would approve." Yeah, so that's our love story. That is our love story. Um, we work every single day to try to improve our marriage. We really do. We try to work every day to improve our marriage. We talk a lot. We communicate a lot. Um, and he still he tells me, he said, Shamel, to me you haven't changed one bit. You still look the same as you looked 23 years ago. And I'm like, Joseph, no, I do not look like I looked 23 years ago. And he's like, Jamal, you will always look that way to me. And I tell him the same. I'm like, you look the same. Well, now he doesn't, because he's lost a lot of weight. Joseph was always on the heavy side. But, to me, he's still the same Joseph as that I met 23 years ago. Uh, and people say, "Do you think you would ever separate? Do you think you would ever get the divorce?" Oh, absolutely not. I can't even, I can't even fathom or think about living my life without him. It's very difficult for me to imagine that. I can't imagine, living my life without Joseph, or Joseph not being a part of my life. Um, He's my soulmate. He is. He's definitely my soulmate. Um, I can talk to him about anything. I can tell him anything. I can share anything with him. You just don't know. For those of you that are married, that are not married, you don't know what you're missing. You really don't know what you're missing. I know you hear people say, "Oh, well, marriage ain't easy." It's not. It's not an easy thing. But when you peel back the layers like an onion, it's so many great things about marriage that can be appreciated. And I don't think there'll ever be a day where I will not appreciate my husband. I really don't. I don't think there'll ever come a day where I don't appreciate him being a part of my life. Thank you, Tina Shell. We love you too. I'm sorry that Joseph is not present right now. He's resting. He's still like recuperating from, being in the hospital. So he's resting right now, but he's fine. That is so true, Grateful Heart. Love does win over everything. Somebody asked me, what is one of the great blessings about being married to Joseph? And I will tell you this, one of the many great things about being married to Joseph is um, gaining a new family. Not, and when I say family, not just him and I as family, because he's my family now. He's my priority now. But his family, my husband's family. My husband has such a beautiful family. I love my sister in law. I love my uncle Fred. And, I love my cousin Val. And I love my cousin Kyla. I mean, I just love his family and they love us. And they show us so much love. That's one of the great benefits that I gained from marrying him is that he has a beautiful, wonderful family that I know cares about not just him sincerely, but me as well. He has a wonderful, beautiful, wonderful family that I don't care. You can pick up the phone at 3 a.m. in the morning and call them. They are there. They are there. It's like his family, him and his cousins, they have this bond that nobody can break. You know, and it's a beautiful thing. And the icing on the cake is that they sincerely treat me as if they treat me as if I'm family because I mean because I am, but they treat me like they treat me good. His family, they're always so courteous and well, they speak well of me. Um, you know, they are just they're just great people. Shout out to my sister-in-law Tracy. Shout out to my uncle Fred. But they're just great people. They're all around just great people. Does anybody else have any questions? You have any more questions that you want to ask? I'm going to open up the floor for you guys to ask me some things. Is there anything you guys want to ask me or you want to know about me or you want to know about Joseph or you want to know about us? Um, yeah, ask some questions. No, no one has questions. Okay. Well, I didn't. I had no intentions on this being a long live stream. I just wanted to come on and let you guys know that we are doing okay, and that we're both out of the hospital. We're in the clear. My doctor has given me strict instruction to stay off my feet, and I'm doing that for the most part. I only get up to go to the bathroom, and that's really it. I'm not out and about like I used to be. I used to be able to get up before I had surgery. I used to be able to get up and run my errands and stuff like that. But I won't be doing that for quite some time because I have to give my foot a chance to heal. Um, I am going to just take this time out to relax and just recuperate. Um, oh, who was this asking a question? Erica, am I going to be a private chef? Yes, that is my intention. My intention is to be a private chef. I don't want to work in a hotel or, I don't want to work for someone. I want to be a private chef, a chef that, would come to your home and cook you a meal, or, if you wanted to take me on as your private chef and I travel with you, or I just cook your meals or plan your meals for you. That's something that I'm very, very interested in doing. Um, I'm still um, decisive about going back to school and getting my teaching degree because I'm thinking about maybe I might want to teach culinary arts one day. I'm not sure. I haven't decided as of yet. But yes, I will be doing. I will be. I do. That is my main goal, is to be a private chef. My other goal is to. I would love to open up my own restaurant. Oh, Erica, Grateful Heart. You want to know when did I start my entertainment career? Oh, I started my entertainment career back when I was like, ooh, I was in my teens. Um, I started out in church. I was an organist. I used to play the organ, the Hammond B organ, and I would travel to different churches and things and play the organ, and I would minister, things like that. And then after I graduated high school, I went to college and I studied music. And after college, just I dabbled a little bit in the music industry. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a solo artist, but discouragement changed my path on that, and I decided that I wanted to be. I was more happy being a musician and a backup singer than anything. So that was my expertise for many, many years. I sang backup for different artists, and I played keyboards for different artists, and I did shows like the BET Awards and the MTV Awards. I would play keyboards. I um, had a residency at the Apollo in New York City, Harlem, where I played with Ray Chu and the crew. Um, and a lot. I did a lot in the entertainment industry. How did I come to dance in Michael Jackson's video? That was me dancing in Michael Jackson's video was an act of spontaneity. A relative of mine, his name was Gerard. He's also in Michael Jackson's video with me. He was a professional dancer. I at the time, I can't say that I was a professional dancer, but what I will say is I could dance back then. And Gerard, my friend Gerard, said that they were auditioning for Michael Jackson video. You should turn in a tape. And I was like, I ain't gonna be in no video for no Michael Jackson. And he was like, well, turn. He said, I'm gonna help you make a tape, and we're gonna turn it in. We'll both turn ours in together. And so we made a tape, and uh, ironically, I got chosen. I got chosen to be in the video, and I was taken aback a lot because, you know, Michael Jackson. I mean, this is Michael Jackson, and so I got an offer to uh, to dance with him, and when it happened, it was just so surreal. It really was. It was just so surreal. It's an experience that I will never, ever, ever, ever forget. Yeah, it was an experience. It was, and even to this day, it is actually the highlight of my entertainment career. That and singing with my I'm like her number one fan. That and singing with Erica Badu was two of the highlights of my music career. Um, it was amazing. It was an amazing journey uh, to have performed with these two very talented people. Of course, I performed with a lot of artists. I've sang backup for a lot of artists. I've written songs for some, uh, and it was just my music career. My career in the entertainment industry was truly amazing. It was truly amazing. It's something that I never thought that I would do, uh, but I did. I, I I was blessed to have so many opportunities in working in the entertainment industry. Any more questions? Any more? Any more questions? Anybody else? Okay, well, I'm going to end this live stream and I'm going to be on my way because I am just going. I have to get some rest. These painkillers that they gave me to alleviate the pain of my foot are starting to kick in. And I'm feeling a little drowsy. I am. Grateful heart. I don't have any children. I have a lot of nieces and nephews that I raised though. But yeah, I'm gonna end this live stream. Now, there was a question that I wanted to ask you guys, and I really, really need your most sincerest answer. And the person that came to me, someone came to me and said to me that Joseph and I uh, shouldn't talk about our health issues so much.
on our channel. We shouldn't talk about it because it's depressing, and nobody wants to hear that. There's more interesting things for us to talk about, and they thought that it wouldn't be a good idea for us moving forward to talk about our health issues. To that, I say this: um, I can understand where that person was coming from when they said that. At the same time, um, my health, our health issues are a part of our journey. It's something that we go through in our everyday lives. And that is the premise of our platform. The premise of our platform is to share with you guys our world and what we endure and what we experience in our world. So, that's why we talk a lot about our health issues because sometimes our health issues are just they just take the main stage. But what I want to know is if you guys think that we should stop talking about our health issues. Do you not want to hear about those? Are they depressing to you? um, do they leave a bad taste in your mouth? I really, really want to know your your opinion on it. And please don't think that we will be insulted in any type of way of your answer. I just really want to know, how you guys feel about that. Uh, because the person that brought this premise to me is absolutely right. There are so many other things that we can talk about, on our channel. But like I said, our the premise of our channel is to share with you our world. What we go through on a daily basis, our experiences that we experience on a daily basis, uh, and that's what we try to share with you. That's what we really try to share with you. Do we have a lot of health issues? Um, to be honest, yes, we do. We do have a lot of health issues, and some of them can be depressing, and some of them can be, to some, a little nerve wracking. Like, oh my God, why don't they talk about something else? Why don't they talk about something better? Why don't they talk about happiness? Why don't they talk about positivity? Why don't they talk about this? Why don't they talk about that? Yeah, but sometimes our health issues do take the main stage. Um, our health issues have taken the main stage for quite some time. But Joseph and I, we are into innovation and trying new things and doing new things. So, moving forward, you know, if we don't talk about our health issues, there's plenty of things that we can bring to you. There's plenty of entertaining things that we can talk about. And, we're more than happy and willing to do those things. Um, so, with that being said, guys, I'm going to await your answer. Like I said, if you want to leave something in the comment section, you can leave something in the comment section about it. Or you can write to us at the McCray Kings at gmail.com. That's Kings with a Z. And, tell us what you really, really think. Um, so I'm going to sign off. But before I do, please make sure that you support our channel by hitting the subscribe button and also hit that like button as you go out. Make sure you hit the like button because it does help us a lot. If you want to support us in any type of way, all of our information is posted in the description of this video and all of our videos. Okay? Remember to walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And I learned a new saying tonight: be blessed and prosper, and always remember that it's Team McCray. all damn day.